Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, Bike and Away, set in Berlin and supplied to us today by JosephsBatman. So moving on to our briefing, short and sweet, it's time to bike, Biker 47. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with 1 objective. And for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the biker, and we'll be bringing with us 2 vials of lethal poison and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to tear ourselves away from this comfy sofa. We're going to grab the bike keys from the coffee table, grab ourselves a propane cylinder. We're going to make our way out to the rear of the juice bar area, and we're going to throw our propane cylinder just behind our target, who is currently serving at the juice bar. So we don't want to aim it too close, about in the doorway should do. That will be close enough. We're then going to head back through the bikers hangout and out the other side, and we're going to acquire ourselves a temporary change of disguise. So we're just going to open up the shutters, we're going to take out the camera across the courtyard area, and then we're going to head over into the rear of the juice bar, where we will find the delivery boy. So we're going to render him unconscious, and we're going to take his outfit and the key that he drops, and we can utilize his outfit very quickly, although we don't actually need the outfit. Thinking about it, we do however need the keys, and we do however need to hide the body. So we're just going to drag the body with us. So as I said, we don't actually need the outfit, but it is useful to have. So we're going to drag the delivery boy over to the bikers hangout, and we're going to deposit him in the dumpster here. We're then going to take his outfit, there we go, and we're going to unlock the box on the back of the moped, and we are going to add our lethal poison to the food provided. And at that point, we're going to then ring the doorbell, and that will attract the attention of one of the bikers, who will come along and collect the food, and he will then take that food and call our first target, who is Agent Lowenthal, I believe it is, and he will come along, sample the food, and find it not to his liking. So as I said, the outfit and waiting around isn't strictly necessary. You can do all of this whilst still disguised as the biker, as long as you're not here when the gentleman comes to collect the food. So once he has collected the food, we are going to put back on our biker's disguise, as it is a requirement. And while he is going off to call our first target to dinner, we are going to make our way up to the first floor, where our next target is located. So our next target is Agent Rhodes, so we're just going to make our way into the warehouse area where the racking is. We're just going to wait for the biker in attendance to move away before we grab ourselves the insecticide. We're going to head into the weed farm area. We're going to take out the camera up above the ventilation machine. We're then going to add the insecticide to the ventilation machine, and when Agent Rhodes comes along, we will be able to activate the machine, render everyone in the weed farm unconscious, just as Agent Lowenthal has sampled his food and found it not to his liking. So we are now officially 1 target down. So once Agent Rhodes arrives in the area, we're going to let him get right close to where we are, just so that we don't have to run around too much. And once we get him in position around about now, he should be stopping. So we're going to turn on the ventilation. That will drop everybody in the room unconscious. We can then remember to turn off the ventilation before entering into the room, otherwise we will be rendered unconscious also. We're going to shoot the plug socket on the floor. We're going to drag Agent Rhodes over towards the plug socket, and between the plug socket and the water sprinkler hose, we're then going to turn on the water from the large IBC at the back of the room, and then we can turn on the electricity on the socket on the wall. That will eliminate Agent Rhodes, and we are now 2 targets down with 3 more to go. So next up, we are going to make our way out onto the balcony, and remembering the propane cylinder we placed earlier on, we can make our way straight out here, and as long as the young lady isn't over by the IBC, which is the big white box thing you can see, which she is, so we're just going to wait for her to stop investigating the fruit and move away. And when she's safely out of the blast radius, we can then detonate the propane cylinder, eliminating our target by almost putting him through the roof. And we can move on to our next target, who is Agent Tremaine, aka the Sniper. So we're going to head up to the uppermost floor, and up here we are going to have to wait around a little while because we need to time this quite well. So we are going to add our second poison to Agent Tremaine's bottle of water, but we need to do that firstly while Agent Tremaine is not looking, and secondly while his patrolling colleague here is also not looking. So we need to pick our moment rather carefully. So if you're that way inclined, you can also leave a weapon on the floor, which will distract the patrolling guard or the patrolling biker. But there is a window in which we can add our poison to the bottle of water or the glass of water on the desk there. And for the purposes of the video, of course, we will be sticking around to watch Agent Tremaine sample the bottle and find it not to his liking. So 4 targets down, 1 more to go. Our final target is Agent Thames, who is currently located outside of the building on the ground floor. But from here, we have 3 opportunities to deal with him. So we're going to head across the building, out the other side and onto the skywalk. Now from here we can either drop the sack of bricks by our feet on his head, which is for the purposes of this video exactly what we're going to do, as he is directly below them at the moment, or we can drop the concrete cylinder on his head if we so wish, or blow up the moped that he goes and has a cigarette by. It just so happens that when we arrived, he was already positioned directly below the sack of bricks, so that was the obvious choice. Once we've dealt with Agent Thames, all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and our one and only exit is the biker's bicycle, which is located down in the motor pool area. So there we go, 1 more subscriber contract taken care of, and once we get out of this nuclear power station, we will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met our objective, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.